Google Skillshop. Here we are. Welcome back to another day of Google Skillshop. What did we learn about yesterday? Still in the asset article or activity. Universal assets, non-universal assets. Right, we would have learned about universal assets, which are also, they referred to as, not all universal assets are account level automated assets, but all account level automated assets are universal assets. Anyway, universal account level automated assets are these basically dynamic creatives, but that's a Facebook term, meta term, kind of like responsive search ads at the account level. And there was 3 of them that this activity went over, and they're also known as universal assets because they are assets that work with basically any marketing objective. You don't have to do them at the account level. You can do them at the campaign level. You can do them at the ad group level. Okay. These universal asset groups, there are 3 universal assets they talked about: site links and dynamic site links. These are basically places you can click on that are not the final URL that will take you to some part of your website. This can increase click-through rate, makes the screen fill the ad fill up the screen more, so more user engagement, and it also can decrease the amount of steps for the conversion, decrease the number of steps to conversion. Okay, then we got call outs. No, call to actions. Call to actions. They call to action call outs. Call to actions and dynamic call to actions, I think. These are recommended to use short, succinct, clear language that highlights your unique selling proposition for your business or offer. No, I think they're call to actions. I don't know what they'd be. Another place to click. It would increase conversion, probably decrease cost per conversion by giving more information. That's a general theme, because it's cost per click. So if you give them more information and you disqualify people before they click, you're not going to waste money on them. And the same idea for snippets, or dynamic snippets, which is the 3rd universal asset. These are just things that come up as headlines, little phrases, but they are non-clickable. Basically, non-clickable headlines. I think that's what it is. Are headlines even clickable though? Yes, those are the final URL. Take you to the final URL. Okay. So those are the 3 universal assets. Then we talked about non-universal assets. We started talking about some other assets, and these are call assets, which when you click, you can call the business. You can enable some settings to track performance for these calls. There's location assets, which will basically pull up a map or directions to your business. You can also bid more aggressively for people closer to you for location assets. These are non-universal assets because they do not work with basically any campaign. If you're optimizing for leads, you don't really care about location. Or if you're optimizing for online sales, you don't care about location or phone calls. Cool. Basically, the overall idea too is if you give ad group assets, these are going to be chosen preferentially over campaign assets, and campaign assets are going to be chosen preferentially over account level assets. All right, I think that's basically everything. Call outs, not call to actions. Okay. So they recommend 8 to 10 site links being ideal. They recommend 6 call outs per campaign. This paper's all like, it must have been really humid in here when I was gone because it's really soft, soggy almost. Phone call conversion reporting is account setting. That's how you can track those. Yeah, we actually got this really well. So now what we do is go back to Skillshop, continue learning, taking notes, and then I'll recall. And then we'll do maybe once more, and then we'll call it a day. So I'll talk to you in a sec. All right, I just completed that activity on enhancing text ads with assets. Wrapping up, so we were talking about our call assets, location assets. Another one in that batch of non-universal assets was app assets, which allow users to download your app. What else did we talk about or read about? We talked about automatic assets, which to me appeared like they're going to change. Automatically created assets will like create headlines and descriptions and potentially other assets in real time to best match and serve a user's query. So that is something, it's a campaign setting. That's something I'd like to experiment with. That's something I think is the future. You can check the performance of automatically created assets and other assets using the assets tab in Google. What else? Right. Then we looked at the, I think they're called seller rating, aka parentheses and like stars. So your stars rating or your seller rating asset, which will show like how many stars you have. Apparently this is more than just like Google reviews. They pull from lots of sites, third-party sites, as well as Google like survey sites in order to create your seller rating. Okay. That's everything from that activity. Now we're going to start the next activity. This is the last activity, I believe, in the responsive search ads activities, but I don't know, maybe instead of going to the next one, enhance relevance through customized creative, I might go into the AI powered strategies and like interleave them. Whatever, we'll just do this next one. Enhance relevance through customized creative. Enhance relevance through customized creative. All right, guys, I will go ahead and begin this. This one looks shorter than the last one, it does appear so. Enhance relevance through customized creative. I'll read a bit of this, then I'll be back as I recall, and we'll call it a day. All right, wrapping up for today, guys. We're now learning about customizers, which are ways to basically customize or personalize your ads for specific people. There's 3 types of customizers. The first one is location insertion, and this will allow in your headlines and descriptions to add basically user-specific locations or locations that they're interested in. And when you're in the ad editor creating headlines or descriptions, you use a curly bracket, and this will pull up the drop-down to select basically what type of customizer you want to use. I think that's it. So this is all about this customizers. This our article / activity is all about customizers on Google. Something I never even knew of before, and yeah, I think that's it for today. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.